always just super gamer. Always super gamer, able to turn it on when the lights are at the brightest, but you're talking about your preparation and your hard work. When you look at this Niners quarterback now and this Brock Purdy guy, I assume you've gotten a chance to interact with him and meet him, and I assume he, just like everybody else who's in the NFL and has ever been around football, is like starstruck by you. But what do you see from this Brock Purdy guy about why he's had success at such a young age, especially for a 49ers team that obviously has a massive following and has been yearning for something like this, maybe since you were there, Joe?
Yeah, I think the thing I see is something that I think I figured out early on in my career was that what the offense is about, right? It wasn't about me. It was about getting the ball to the people who knew what to do with it, because I'm the mailman. This doesn't belong to me. I want to get it to somebody that knows how to run, knows how to catch. And we had, especially late in my career, when you get guys like Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Brent Jones, Roger Craig, on down the line, all you got to do is get the ball to them. And I think if you look at the weapons that Brock's working with, he's figured that offense out. He understands what his position is. He doesn't try to make a big play. He knows when that chance will come and when he needs to do it. But in most cases, it's okay to punt. I got a pretty good defense too, and that's when we had the same thing, right? That defense is pretty good. So, yeah, they're going to have to earn their money too at the same time. And yeah, we're going to punt, and hopefully we don't punt too many times. But the defense, you got to, hey, you're up, let's go. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've seen of him is, because he understands it. He's calm in there. He has a great presence. And, he's not trying to knock you out with a football. He delivers a great catchable ball. I mean, you talk to these guys and they'll tell you, the ball, very rare does it come in there harder than it's supposed to. And so.
Yeah, he puts in a keyhole too, Joe. It seems like his accuracy is just phenomenal. He's able to put it and find the spots. You talk about being a mailman, and you talk about all the weapons you had and all the weapons he has, and you're in every Mount Rushmore conversation that there is. So, like, that. Job well done being a hell of a mailman. Absolutely hell of a mailman. But one of the things they say against Brock is that the offense is the offense, and he has so much talent around him. Like, it feels like they try to find everything to kind of bury him, and now that might be turning, and who knows what it'll be after the Super Bowl, however he performs. But how do you feel about the whole game manager, game changer type conversation? Because the answer you just gave is like, managing the game is a massive piece of the entire thing, Joe. I don't know why that became like slanderous almost.
He hasn't had the chance to work with other receivers, and I think that's not a negative on him. It's just that people haven't seen him do that yet. I mean, obviously there was some reason that that the 49ers liked him to be able to take him last in the draft, the things that they saw on tape. And I don't think it'll matter who's out there. He's fortunate because he's got some pretty good studs out there that can give him the ball, and hey, they can go the distance, and nothing wrong with that. Everybody's had those in their lifetime. So I don't even think about that twice. I just think that it's a plus for him.
He's in his second year, Joe. In your second year, what were you like? I mean, obviously, I don't know how often you think about the early days of you in the NFL, but like year one, year two, year three, was there a time where you thought you had it figured out maybe a little bit more so than before? Like him doing this all in his first 2 years, I think is maybe the biggest conversation piece that is kind of missing out on the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it took me probably late into my second year before I felt comfortable in that offense. I mean, there were times I laugh, and I was telling Bill this too, because I'm sure he knew we were playing the Cowboys in one game that year, and Steve the Bird was just getting plastered. I mean, every down. And so as the game went on, Bill started substituting, and so if this was Bill, I was standing right behind him, and as he turned, I turned right behind him so he couldn't see me. Because they had on one in that game.
Hold on.